Motherfucking Star
Trek: The Current Generation.
The last generation. Star Trek: The Tarnished Legacy.
Star Trek: Revengeance.
Star Trek, we're still relevant, right? Star Trek, that time Gene Roddenberry went on a multi-minute long tangent about the Ferengi Kama Sutra.
Didn't we fuck
Burner
kids
house
or something?
Not that we're aware of. Boom! But wait, are we crashing on the time?
Oh god.
That was the moment where I was like, okay, we gotta do a video on this one. Dramatic Labs. So, this is a game made by former Telltale devs. The Walking Dead character will remember that, guys. And so I have a lot of questions. Questions such as, was this made in the Telltale tool? Because I feel like it probably was. And you'll see why as we go. And the other thing that's interesting is it's not an episodic game. It's just a game. You know how
the episode.
You know how they used to make games where they would just make them and then you'd play it and then that was it and you'd have to wait 6 months for them to finish it and then like the studio goes bankrupt halfway through and then a lot of people are like, well, you should keep working on it for free though, for the fans, and it just becomes this like super awkward thing
for the fans.
Telltale, company who went out of business for the same reason IDW is going out of business. They wasted a lot of money on licensing deals and did not make enough of a return on any of them.
I'll do it.
So, I played this a little bit. We're gonna delete it. New game. I like Star Trek a lot.
TNG is one of our shows.
They took it off Netflix, but it remains one of our shows. Which is good, because this is actually Dramatic Labs Adventure. Character will remember that. This takes place in the TNG era. And not the modern era of new Star Trek.
Not in Deep Space Nine.
Which is all really fucking terrible.
Which is worse in every way.
Star Trek as made by people who don't like Star Trek at all.
The trend.
The thing that is done
Deep Space Nine always confused me. It's like, these 3 characters from TNG? Just them. The Irish dude...
He was there from day 1, but then Worf shows up in like season 5.
Finally, about to venture out on a new mission.
Being a dumb bitch about it.
And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different.
Oh, aggressive, dude.
Perhaps more than any of them.
I don't know what the deal with that is.
Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same.
Oh.
It's entropy. The nature of...
I don't know what the deal with that is. But it remains one of our shows.
Oh, that would be one.
Well, we caught that in time now, didn't we? That. There we go. That was fit. That.
I knew something was wrong there.
There we go. Alright, so that was weird.
Sorry, 0 viewers.
Alright, so that fixed that.
Change
Laptop mic.
And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
Jonathan Straw.
Lazar Levine.
What were you saying about the Irish guy?
O'Brien was in the show from day 1. Like, he left TNG and went to Deep Space Nine.
No.
And then Worf showed up in, like, season 5 after TNG ended.
It's kind of like Aftermath. Like, some people weren't done playing these characters, but some were.
So here's...
Oh boy.
Oh,
how are you bending like that?
I think a fail through of this game would be pretty funny, to be honest, but that's not my initial instinct.
I'm not great with flying.
I wasn't trying to like
these little
initiate a
shuttles?
conversation.
I was helping you slightly.
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
So this is
There's a reason I'm
TNG
not a pilot.
movie
You should try it
era.
sometime.
Those are the movie cost uniforms they got,
The sweaters.
which is like my favorite. These are my favorite Star Trek uniforms, bar none. I really like how these uniforms
Sorry,
are.
I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment.
The Star Trek uniforms
Starbase.
fluctuated
Yeah.
like cray.
Yeah, they change like every other year.
Yeah, and some of them really suck.
The Federation just changes their uniforms willy fucking nilly.
It's not great.
So there's the shark ship from Wrath of Khan. So which one of these is the ship we're gonna be on? Because I have opinions about all the Star Trek ship designs. Like, that's that one over there. That one. I have opinions about them, you see.
I think it's safe to say at this point Star Trek is no longer created by Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, it's based on based on Star Trek. Here's my where are they taking a shuttle from? They're taking a shuttle from where to this Starfleet base? Like what? Yeah, the original series had uniforms where they were just shirts, long sleeve shirts, which is very weird. Also, I don't like this. Look at this. We're Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm gonna hold back and watch what happens. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't like that. Let me just turn around. Walking Dead let me turn around. Oh, no. Oh, no, she says. I also love her it's really hard to animate hair.
Yeah.
Hair design there. Everyone just has buns. Fuck you. I don't want to animate that.
Starbase on the very edge of Federation space. A long way from home now.
By the Gamma Quadrant. And then the first movie, they were all wearing disco costumes.
Yeah.
And then starting in Wrath of Khan, in those era of movies, they had really nice uniforms. The red ones. Then in TNG, they had those pajamas.
Yeah, with the little magnets to denote rank.
Yeah, little onesie pajamas.
Yeah, those ones were the worst.
Then they got some nice jackets. And then Deep Space Nine, they had all black with just the shoulder colors.
Yeah.
But it was still TNG. So some of them had the TNG vest uniforms, and some of them had the shoulder uniforms. And then we got to the TNG movies, which are these uniforms, which I think are the best looking ones. It still keeps that different colors for different stations thing with the collar,
Yeah.
but it looks like a fucking uniform.
Well, that's another thing that kept changing was the colors.
Yeah, in the original, Command was yellow, and
Commander?
Engineering and
I'm not
Security
usually
was
such a
red.
nervous wreck,
Wasn't
by the
medical
way.
green?
I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard
And
of
medical
the
and science was
test.
blue. And then we got to TNG, and then
It's a
suddenly
tactical
red was
simulator that makes the
Command,
call
and
out
yellow
blue
was
look
Security
like
and
a
Engineering.
guitarist
And
vibe.
some of them were
Anyway.
green. Medical was green.
That was just the
Not
grab
just in
bag
my
of whatever's
class.
left.
I mean, all time. In the history of the academy.
Simulations are great for training, but they're not quite the same as the real thing.
That's fair. I guess I'm about to find out.
Motion with your whole arm.
He mentioned it's the Kobayashi Maru. It's the Kobayashi Maru is designed to be unwinnable. It's not something you can succeed at. It's a test of character. You're an idiot. You're just name dropping
Yeah.
something that you clearly don't understand.
You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really
Embarrassed.
it's an
Horny.
honor to meet you.
Horny to meet you.
Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Irma.
First names don't exist in the military.
Just ahead.
No one's Charles.
See you on the Resolute.
Here's the one thing about these uniforms, though, is they don't have pockets.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, these uniforms do not have pockets, and like, what are you supposed to do?
This is space. We don't need pockets.
Also, we got a run button, thank God, but we can't run backwards.
No.
We can't. Oh wait, no! Look at her go!
Oh, boy.
Look at her go!
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, this game is
Oh boy.
holding on. It is holding on by its fingertips. I was like, oh, we're doing a video on this one. It's very stuttery.
Commander Irma is a Boolean.
It's
So I'm looking for someone
insane to me how, like, Star Trek's supposed to be this, like, liberal Marxist utopia, but everyone is ridiculously racist all the time. Everyone's just like, you're that species, I see. You sure have stereotypes about you. It's like,
Don't you?
that's really inappropriate to say in any context.
Even in the 60s, they didn't say that when the show was invented.
Well, you almost lost it.
Yeah, that was close.
Like, there's one episode where, like, these fucking, like, computer binary aliens come up and, like, talk in binary to each other, and Wesley Crusher's like, what are they saying? It's like, dude, that's, like, so racist.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Boolean around here?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen a black man
Excuse me,
around
Asian.
here?
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Yeah, I don't think the neck pips are a very good
Yeah.
way to convey rank. Because they're so small.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm
You can
on board.
easily just be, like, miss that. You gotta, like,
Starbase
squint.
128
And then if they're on,
It seems
like,
easy to lose one.
if you're looking at someone from the left, you have no idea
Yeah.
what their rank is.
Yeah, that's why they put the rank on both sleeves.
Yeah, in real life, the chevrons are on both. So you
You
can...
need snaps for those chevrons,
So you
Carlin.
n-
Snaps.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh boy.
Whoa!
Oh, oh.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh,
First
oh,
officer?
Whoa!
Someone
Whoa.
from the crew got promoted?
No, get this. They're from a different ship.
Oof. Wonder how the crew feel about that.
It's not a question. Why is there a question?
Is their crew that bad?
That is a
Yeah,
question.
not a good look.
Drives me nuts. How hard is it to understand how to use question marks? It's the simplest fucking punctuation.
Oh, I got this slit down the front of my
Oh,
head.
I got that head vag.
My head's like
Welcome to
cutting
the
it. Oh,
Resurgence,
they'll be friends. They both have head vaginas.
I'm Commander Jan Ermot, operations officer on the
One of those Booleans where like they just have a head with the
Commander.
the lobotomy cut mark etched right in
It
there.
has to come out. It can't go in. Can't do that with makeup.
This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now. I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It takes more than a little turbulence to rattle me.
I'm
Space
sure that's
turbulence.
the case.
Space turbulence.
We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer
Oh,
vacancy at such short
fill that
notice.
first officer.
From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us.
I like this Commander Shepard background.
To our little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War.
Oh, I know what that is.
Tactical officer and chief of security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Yes, I did read. Oh. I did read your personnel file.
Had to.
Oh, it's a Centaur
USS
class.
Resident. She may not look
And
like much compared
still
to the
using
biggest ships,
USS.
but as far as
Yeah,
science
right.
Go, she can more than hold her own.
Not my favorite ship design, but it is underrated. I'm glad they're not just using one of the, like...
It was an accident?
The equipment.
One of the basic bitch. One of the basic bitch ship designs.
It was a planned test.
That was a little too much information.
Yeah, right?
To destabilize the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our
So
first
anyway, about
officer
your
and
skin
22 of our
color.
crew. At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
It could have been worse.
I
That's what it
guess.
means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy.
So two of those
Zip up my face.
are really personal. Did you lose anyone close? Like, that's a little bit too personal for
Yeah.
me.
6 months.
So how's your wife?
We
What's
just
the attitude
met.
of the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward. If not, move on. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Don't need to get over that.
Goddamn.
As much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that.
Ice cream.
I just
I
figured.
recognize you, voice actor man.
Of course.
I've heard you in several things.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region.
Commander Ermot. Jerry made a good first impression with Commander Ermot, coming off as shrewd and inquisitive, while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute suffered. Ensign Kello is great. You just get a real-time update on characters' like opinions of you. What I'm liking so far is with the writing is like some of those dialogue options come off as pretty fucking cunty. Like, you could play her as a total cunt if you want.
Still so much to do.
But like, you can choose. It's up to you if you want her to be a cunt.
The cunt choice trademark. Thank goodness.
Gameplay.
Thank goodness.
Oh.
Oh. The Star Trek Sims.
Stuck.
Gotta spice things up with some gameplay here. Ah, yes, I will use this camping lantern. This repurposed camping lantern. Yes. Interphasic coil spanner. Yes, that's exactly what I need.
Yes.
Oh, but this hyper spanner. Yes, that should also do. ODN recoupler. Yes, of course.
Oh, yes.
Totally not a prop that we took from the Ghostbusters set and painted over.
You know.
Clear the corrosion. Oh. Oh, I was not understanding that. I was not understanding that prompt.
You were not clearing the corrosion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grab it. Spin it. Twist it.
Bop
it.
Flick it.
Pull it. Yep, that sure is a camping lantern that the props department painted over. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's gotta cut down on performance. You need, like, training to do this?
Is that?
He's enlisted, you can tell, because of the rank on his collar, which they did not have in the original seasons of the show. Because no one was enlisted for some fucking reason. Even though that doesn't make any sense. That's a loaded title card to use. Lower Decks is a very famous and well-regarded episode of TNG.
Nice work, Carter.
Oh man, this is
Yeah, it's
Kitchen
struggling.
every
It's
second.
definitely struggling.
Fox wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Like now?
Oh shit, meow.
Like wow. Oh, you're working that
I hope
wrench,
that's
eh?
unplugged.
I dropped a non-ferrous connector between the coils. Gonna have to remove a few of them to find it, and then...
Ooh, then another hour of recalibrating. Ouch. I'll leave you to it.
That's what happens when you're an idiot.
I mean, at least you admit that it's your fault.
Oh, I see you're really tricordering the fuck out of this corner of the teleporter room,
Oh shit.
Mr. Yellowman.
Hey Diaz, can you give us
Oh,
some help
boy.
with the transporter? What's
I
the problem?
gotta do
We
everything.
need to test this cargo transporter.
Hey,
I've never
Sonic.
been that great with the signal plotting.
What are you doing here?
No problem.
You don't want the guy who runs the teleporter to not be sure.
Of anything, really. Please be sure.
Like, I've always had trouble with
No
this.
sweat.
Excuse you?
Excuse
Oh,
you,
hey,
Sonic the
buddy,
Hedgehog?
Get off the pad.
If teleporters were real, there'd be fuck-ups.
Check all your internal organs.
Yeah.
Not a word.
Well, like it's his fault. Like it's your fault. That guy wasn't doing his job. He literally
Yeah.
said, I don't know how the teleporter works.
Time's a wasted.
That guy was just
Yes.
walking
Yes.
around willy-nilly, waving his tricorder over the goddamn place.
Ptarmigan.
Looking at the wallpaper.
I'll let you know.
There's a lot of side quests down here. Yes. We trust this, right?
Storm looks pretty bad.
This force field is gonna
Get the
hold
ship
up.
ready.
No, it has so far.
I would not feel confident standing anywhere near a fucking force field on any of these
Well,
ships.
something you can turn off with a button press.
Yeah.
Nothing I
Like,
could
what
do,
if
though.
there's a whoopsie daisy of sorts?
In fucking, like, Star Trek, I think the 8th movie, there's a scene where, like, he takes some chick to, like, this, like, vista. This, like, room that you have to crawl through a Jeffries tube to get to, and which serves absolutely no purpose, except that, like, it has a galley that you can look out, like a window, and it's just a force field. He just hits it. He's like, it's a force field. It's like, you just have a room where it's open vacuum
Yeah.
whenever the power goes
I was
out.
gonna
Like,
say,
what's wrong with you?
Like, what if the power goes out for a sec?
Hey, there it is. You're a lifesaver, Diaz.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh my dill.
But I try.
Whoop, I'm away. I also love that, like, the ship has two different transporters. The Enterprise D had a room where it was the transporter room. And that's it.
So clean I can see myself.
Oh, no.
And you know what? Not half bad.
And it was just, like, that's what O'Brien did for, like, most of the first season. It's just, he just stood in that room being like, yep.
Yep. Alright.
I sure do stand at this console and push some buttons.
Good.
And people demoleculize and then reappear somewhere else.
And we just say a quick prayer that it goes okay.
And sometimes it doesn't.
As to be expected.
One time they accidentally, like, duplicated a man. That was fucked up. Really makes you ask some existential fucking questions that you don't want to ask.
Hey, need any help? Okay.
I mean,
Good luck.
are you having fun
What's
with your
that?
yoga there?
Yeah, what's
Jesus
going on
Christ,
there?
Your ass is like all the way out.
Oh, man.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovok called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds.
Like, is he 30 or
Hanging upside down
78?
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively
I
contagious.
always love when people are waiting on the elevator.
Yeah.
Who's on up the damn elevator?
God damn, they're like monologuing.
So the elevator ride always lasts just long enough for them to finish their lines.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late.
Petty officers.
We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer
Almost
Ed Solar
late is
on
not
repeated
late.
occasions.
So you're saying we're irreplaceable, Commander?
That is one interpretation. Another would be that I would replace you if I could. You can interpret as you see fit.
This is dirty.
Bet you I could
So,
fit
I
this
don't
in my
suppose
ass.
you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV
I
suits
spent
to work on the
20
exterior of the
hours
hull. I need you
plucking
to
my
tune the
eyebrows
structural
this
integrity
morning.
field for optimal performance.
20
The subspace distortions and
hours.
ionic interference we are experiencing are
morning.
preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly.
Do
Despite
you
the
like
storm.
what I did with
The
my
precise
eyebrows?
nature of these disturbances are not fully understood.
How concerned should we be about the storm? Are you worried?
Let's
Vulcans
just say
do
one
not
of you is
worry.
definitely
We
going to
calculate
die.
the variables and
Good
take appropriate
day.
precautions to mitigate the risk.
Probably not the one
Right
that's
now,
playable.
that entails making critical preparations. Because long-range sensors show that these
Not the one that's
disturbances
doing
will
the
be more
QTEs.
severe than our
Yeah,
destination.
one of you's doing QTEs, the other
Photonic
one's gonna die.
You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak.
Aye aye. One eye is sufficient.
All
You're an
hands on
asshole.
deck.
Now let me poke out one of your fucking eyes.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
I mean, that's how the military works all the time.
Yeah, I mean-
Us out if we weren't ready.
6
There,
months
I've
ago,
never
we probably
seen
would've
people
said the
just
same thing.
chillaxing at a military base.
I would take
Or
that
on
as a
a
bad sign.
On a boat, on a Navy vessel, which is
Yeah.
basically what Starfleet is.
Space Navy.
A lot
They
of
have
new faces
they have
on board.
admirals. It's a Navy.
Yeah.
It's
I
gotta
mean,
be
it's the
tough
same-
coming as a replacement.
The same idea. You're going out into something you can't normally survive in.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but you're a Trill, so like, your opinion is
Hold
less
on.
valid.
Boom.
I mean, like,
There's no face I didn't
does
expect
she
to see
have,
Hey,
is she bonded, or does she not have one? Because she seems like young, but the whole
thought you
point
were
of
staying on
Trill
the
is that,
Adirondack.
like,
Transfer came in at the last minute, so
I'm not gonna go
you guys
into it.
slung on this bucket.
I'm not gonna go into Star Trek
Looks like you got her
racism
back
with you
together
here.
pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a
Not gonna
bottle
go
of
into
soy
Star
brandy.
Trek
Don't think I
races
forgot.
because the game's gonna do that for me.
Yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick...
I always like how, like, they live in a post-scarcity society where, like, they can just make food out of nothing,
Here, let me help you.
but then
Thanks.
booze is still a thing. Like,
So what's the word? Are
you
back
still have
in
to
this
get a
rotation?
bottle of booze.
Also,
Still running with
farmers
the
are
usual
still a
suspects?
thing somehow.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's literally, like, so retarded that they're like, people just work because they feel like it in Star Trek. They don't have money.
Yeah.
And they live in a post-scarcity society where they can literally make anything they want out of nothing.
Yeah.
But people still, like, own restaurants and shit.
Yeah.
Like, Cisco's dad owns a Creole, like, Cajun food restaurant. And Picard's
I was
brother
gonna say-
owns the a wine vineyard.
Yeah, doesn't Picard come from a
Yeah,
like,
it's
what
a
the fuck?
family vineyard.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But then that's the thing they say is like the synthetic alcohol, synthahol, like the booze that the replicators make, doesn't have alcohol in it. It's like fake booze that doesn't get you drunk.
So what is the point?
Troy complains about that once, where she's like, I want some motherfucking chocolate ice cream. And it's like, no. And she's like, motherfucker, you better give me some goddamn chocolate ice cream. I want my calories to... I want my... what's it called? I want my arteries to shrivel up, you son of a bitch. Like, the replicators are, like, health conscious.
They only have Splenda.
So they're like, oh, Romulan ale, that shit's illegal. It's like, can't you just tell the replicator to make it?
This is kind of retarded.
There's a lot of things that don't actually make sense
in life.
The Orville, which is that Star Trek fan show that Seth MacFarlane made,
You'll have to forgive me. I don't know much
tried to confront that, where they were like, yeah, we don't have money, so instead people do things to try and get like social currency with each other. And it's like, I see what you're doing, but it still doesn't make any sense.
I see what you're attempting, but it's still a failure.
Thank you.
Deep Space Nine straight up had an episode where they like
yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
criticized that idea that that the Federation, human society, doesn't have money, and they were like, that doesn't make any sense. There's still things that people want,
yeah,
and like are willing to trade things for.
That's a very common thing about that
I can't
whole
believe he keeps this around.
like
don't even
socialist
know when mine
argument
is.
against money. It ends up coming back to money, doesn't it? Because no, we don't have money. We'll just trade things
Like that's
for goods and services.
That's what money is.
Like eventually, we're gonna go back to the point where we have money again, aren't we?
You know, I can't. You know, you've toiled my fields today, and I really appreciate that. I cannot give you the thing that you wanted in trade for that work today. Perhaps I will give you this IOU, for which you can use to return and get the thing I offered you later, or use this IOU at another place that offers items for exchange and spend it there.
And George Washington is on it.
It's like, I think people who don't like money are fucking retarded.
I think they just want yours.
Myself.
Oh, it's literally this whole episode where Jake wants to get, like, a baseball card. Tea or Grey hot? Coffee. Black.
Decisions.
I'm gonna pick the one I don't know what it is.
Rack, did
so.
you know?
Where he wants to get, like,
Hey,
a
it's
baseball
not a fact.
card for his dad, and he's like, it's offered at an auction, and he doesn't have money because he's a human, and they don't have money. And so he's asking his friend, who's an alien, like, can I just borrow some money from you for the auction? And he's like, no.
Last time I saw you, it was
And he's like, it's not my fault your society has, like, discredited the concept of money. It's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with our society. We work to better ourselves.
It's good to see you again.
It's like, what does that mean? It
Yeah,
means we don't need money. Oh, well, if you don't need money, then you certainly don't need
Yeah,
any
exactly.
of mine.
Why are you asking me for some? The problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money.
It's such a great episode. I had hoped for more. See, you can play her as such a cunt.
Hoped for more.
had our hands full with the refit.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've
Look
had
at this
rough
cauliflower on a stand back
The
here.
ship suffered some damage.
It's a, god damn it, Marie, it's a
Nearly as
mineral.
much as the crew.
Ooh, I like this.
I
Remember
heard
the
that you had
bullion
equipment
from earlier
malfunction.
said it was an equipment malfunction?
Is that what they're calling it?
These
No,
days?
that's just someone being generous. If anything, It was a leadership malfunction.
Oh no, they have a different perspective on the issue.
A quantum leap
Someone's got one of those green laser pointers in the background.
The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed.
Yeah, well, whatever. In Star Trek Discovery, they had a teleporter. They could fold space, where the ship just turns upside down and they folded space and showed up in the Gamma Quadrant. It was like no big deal. So like whatever, old man.
Creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle.
Like, you're really just breaking a lot of things about Star Trek continuity. You know that, right?
As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make.
Yes, you do.
How about
agree.
that?
You aren't to blame. I mean, you kind of are.
I mean,
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible.
and manage the mustaches.
It takes a couple hours, I'm not gonna lie.
I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing.
Oh, all of a sudden you're
never
passing
mind.
the buck.
Wow, that's
so much for taking full responsibility.
Yeah, it's not really full anymore, is it?
You appear to be attributing some responsibility to others, don't you?
Once we decide on the course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
Your eyes are beautiful.
Anything short of that,
Yes, sir.
just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good.
In private.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Your nose is large.
I'm not going to be unprofessional about it.
Look, I'll be blunt.
That was another great scene where Data was acting
like my career is hanging in the balance.
like acting captain, and Worf was his first officer.
Something
And Worf kept being like a little piss baby the whole episode. And Data eventually had to pull him into an office and be like, you can't fucking act like that in front of the rest of the crew.
Yeah, that can't work that way.
Like, it really is bad for morale if you're constantly, like, fucking
This is bigger than you, okay?
Yeah, if you're constantly questioning my orders and, like, backsassing me.
That's not how the military
Yeah.
works.
He's like, Riker argues with Picard all the time. He's like, yeah, in private.
Yeah.
Away from the rest of the staff.
Yeah.
When a decision's made, you have to be a united front.
Mission for which we're uniquely qualified.
You're a science vessel. Why are you,
Our long-range sensors suggested several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record.
You got minerals here. A science vessel is gonna do a escort mission? That's not how that works.
Nearly in the precise location where we're headed.
You must be in dire
I
straits.
imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said.
Like, oh, you're a science vessel. You can deal with the storm. Go escort this diplomat. Like,
Sorry?
we, like, do mineral excavation. You know that, right? We're a science vessel.
Nobody else available?
Sort of like sending a medical frigate on, like, an arms run. Like, transporting weapons.
Then I will consider it my personal failure.
I mean, we know how some first officers are, where they never let themselves get promoted. See, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
You can play her as a cunt. I like that a lot.
It's been a dream of mine.
But, like, the fact that it's an option.
Yeah.
That means that, like, in terms of the writing, there's, like, intentionality to it. They're writing the option that the player can choose to take of making her a girl boss. Which means that it's not like... If you choose those options, you're not necessarily supposed to take it at face value. Because you could have chosen any of the other dialogue options instead.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that dialogue tree of like a dickhead answer, a really nice person answer, and a normal answer.
Sarcastic.
Yeah. Like levity, just
rudeness.
If I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introduction.
This era of Star Trek where, like, the feng shui. Oh, he's a Bajoran. That's fun.
He's got a Bluetooth.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our chief science officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek.
I already said likewise, so it would be awkward if I said it again.
Oh,
This is our tactical officer.
you're getting a little close.
Well, you're getting up in my grill.
Looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time.
Creepy.
That's not a normal thing to say.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit,
Oh,
one of the reasons I followed your career is because you're part Kobliad. Because of what you've overcome.
That's, again, you see what I mean? Like, why is everyone so racist?
Yeah, Jesus. Can that not be part of the introduction?
But since then,
Like, look, she looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She
I'm
had
sure
that.
everyone else is.
That expression on her face is like, ah, you're one of those darkies I've heard about.
Not that I've done anything
damn.
close to what you've done.
I met
But
you 2
you've definitely
sentences
set
ago.
a standard to strive for.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes.
Like, you're a little,
Yeah,
you're
you're
coming on
coming
pretty
on
strong.
strong.
You're coming on pretty strong there.
Please do everything you can.
I appreciate that you had a dialogue option to be like, okay, settle the fuck down.
I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander. to get our
That
authorization to get underway.
line of dialogue played twice.
Drag their feet if they want.
Whoops.
Oh,
The bridge.
Oh boy.
they're having some trouble.
Oh no.
They're having some hiccups here. Yeah, this era of Star Trek, we're like, yeah, I mean, like, we gotta have the lacquer wood finish. And we'll just put the panel right into that.
Yeah.
Right? No, it has to look nice. Look, you see the knot holes? That's some good wood we used for that.
Good space wood.
Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much. But if it comes to that, we'll be ready.
What are you typing?
Yeah, everyone's always just noodling away at their keyboards. Like, they either got, like, some kind of keyboard next to them or, like, a little PDA. They're always just booping and bopping away on everything.
Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with
Uhura.
other vessels.
Uhura's station. Yeah, this ship design is pretty underrated. It's not my favorite, but I like this. I like that it's a Centaur class ship.
So many decks. Full of crew that are now my responsibility.
There's a great video that someone did where he talked about, like, the Enterprise is fucking ridiculously massive.
Yeah.
Considering, like, relative to how many crew members are assigned to it.
Science station.
Like, it's
The Resolute is
so
the science vessel.
huge.
Might explain Commander
He's like,
Westbrook's
and then he shows this montage of, like, all these
have to
scenes
speak
where
with
there's
him
just
later.
empty hallways from the show. And it's like, well, yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unused space on this starship.
Space,
Impressive
get
range
it?
of view.
That's what it looked like outside yesterday.
Yeah, when the fire was happening
Resolute
just
is a
north of
refitted
us.
Centaur class.
Hey!
Meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers.
That's
And
not
that's
true in
what
my
you can do.
experience. In my Star Trek Online experience, it's one of the tank ships. It's not exactly it's not a speedster. I also love this. He's the helmsman. What do you think she does?
Vice helmsman.
It's like co-pilots on planes. Like, what is he there for? What does he actually do?
Staffing, supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermont.
And again, gotta have that lacquer wood finish
Yep.
on the console here. Like, what are your priorities, Starfleet circa 1980?
Tactical holodias. Just like they've got on the Excelsior.
You were on the Excelsior?
The first officer seat.
Exo Smooch.
Right now, though, I need to fill in for Captain Solano.
You don't have an armrest? The captain has an armrest. The XO does not get an armrest. Isn't that kind of fucked up? I guess you gotta tell the difference somehow. Oh, he's got a headrest too!
You got nothing to rest. You got work to do.
That's so fucked up when you think about it.
No resting on this vessel.
Yeah! Do that captain sit.
Structural integrity field. He sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field. Now.
Entering maintenance mode.
I don't understand. Maintenance mode.
Condition.
You're booting in safe mode.
I don't understand why the game is struggling.
It is
this
really
much.
struggling at base level.
It's really struggling.
Yeah.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
Time event, hold down the left stick. Oh, he does his Isaac Clarke Dead Space spacewalk.
Exactly.
Got the magnet boots on.
Down the stick.
I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this.
Yeah, so she can't possibly have a symbiote then.
On the outside of the
Because she's too much of a whiny little bitch.
Bitch.
Sometimes
Why is it
feels like we're
hitching
just
at
part of
base
the
level
machinery.
here?
I know, it's so bizarre.
The game doesn't even look good.
Yeah, it's outrageously unoptimized.
Yeah.
Noble and all, but it's still a machine.
Pretty ugly, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not attractive.
It's a bit Sims.
The house out here.
I just like the Star Trek aesthetic.
I enlisted because
I wouldn't call it a pretty
I
game.
wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before.
Bang alien chicks. You know.
I'm pretty sure we've seen all the skies at that point.
That's all I'll ever be.
We just bonded a little.
Diaz, Commander Chovak.
It's gonna be really tragic when one of us dies.
Pretty soon.
You may proceed with the recalibration.
These are the parts of the starships that I really like. The part where it really does kind of look like a NASA, like an actual NASA equipment situation. I'm like, I have no idea what any of this is, but it looks pretty fucking idiot-proof. It looks idiot-proof and really complex at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot, for the life of me, figure out this fucking puzzle. Okay, I did it pretty fast, but I need you to understand that it made no fucking sense what I did. I have no idea why that worked. Oh no. Shh, this one's blinking.
We got a Tootsie Roll in here.
Guys.
We got a vanilla Tootsie Roll.
Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
What's the opposite of a brown noser?
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer.
Oh,
and I have
did
the
you
dubious
see
honor of
that?
being the most senior officer on this bridge. At least I know this ship inside and out.
Oh.
Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case,
Every single time.
Like, why is everyone so racist? It's crazy to me.
But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion.
Oh yeah, so they're like a race of diabetics, basically, by the way.
Jesus.
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
Let's just throw it back
Very
at him.
kind of you to be concerned about my well-being.
Do
But
the
you don't need
Silver
to
the
trouble
Hedgehog
yourself on my
approach. Like, I'm not hungry, thank you.
I just ate before I got here, actually.
I say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
No, I know you weren't concerned. I was being an asshole to you.
You're being like a sour, pickly bitch.
Best first officers in all of Starfleet. His
You're
record was
sour and
impeccable,
salty.
His reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill.
I'm not here to. I'm not here to replace him. I'm here to fill a vacant position.
You can't not have a first officer.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
You said the right dialogue option to earn my respect.
Seeing as
I'm
Captain
gonna zip my
Solano was
sweater
on
all the way
Starbase,
up.
Let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen.
It almost seems like a catalyst for an inciting incident.
Almost.
However, if we learn more about
that one's blinking red. Is that
You
bad?
might want to look at it.
Do we want red?
Just a moment.
It's also beeping.
Oh, now there's a lot of red lights. Is that good or bad?
Is this cherry flavored?
Do we want red? There's red. Red is bad, right?
Even the dude who's blue has turned red.
Inbound, on screen.
Well, there it is.
That's generally a problem.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
Wrong it's.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections
Tracing
are
it
right,
is trajectory.
we're about to get hit by a wide
No
band burst of
subtitles for
ionic
this
energy.
one?
Yeah, what's going
Like
on
a
here?
tsunami.
Oh, bottom line it for me. Like too much air in a balloon. Classic Star Trek writing there.
Just going around in circles.
Just
Think,
sit-
Fry, think. People are depending on you.
Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Just saying a whole bunch of techno babble and then bottom lining it with a metaphor.
Yep.
With the structural integrity field shut.
Oh, you just had that GUI ready to go, huh?
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
set up a little
there's a-
animation.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh,
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
Oh, your
We only
face
get
says
one
it
shot
all.
at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right.
Oh.
Which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Vedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to
Oh,
shields.
he's not gonna like you now.
yeah, like, I'm not gonna choose a decision based on what I think will make you like
Understood.
me more.
On my
Yeah.
command.
Directional shields just seems like a better solution, all things
Yeah.
considered.
All right, everyone, get the left
Shields.
stick.
Like, oh, we're gonna fire a tractor beam at the wave to try and lessen the wave.
Punch the ocean wave,
Like, I don't think that's a good idea.
dude. Oh,
Jeez, they ate
good thing
shit.
everything's carpet.
That classic Star Trek shot where, like,
Yeah.
the crew just flips themselves over the gangway and, like,
Yep.
wobbles around in their chair a little bit.
Just stabilize that shot.
Oh, I love those gifs. They're so fucking funny.
Those extras always going for it hard.
And creating a dangerous imbalance.
It's face planting into a console.
Yep.
Really earning their
To
fucking
the access port to recalibrate
no
the
speaking
plasma.
roles. Day pay on that one.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, the game is. I anticipate a crash at any given
Open
moment.
its pants.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuit?
Oh, lights blink up and off like that. It's cute. What function does that serve?
Affirmative.
Because it's cool.
Engage the override.
You gotta have
Should
the
allow us
lights
to stop
blinking.
the EPS
so
flow to
so
the
that you
warp
know.
engine without triggering an
So
automatic.
that you know it's Star Trek.
This reminds me of at the end of Alien, she needs to activate like the self-destruct for the ship. And it's like this ridiculously complicated process. And they film the whole thing, and it like they film it in real time, and it literally takes like 4 minutes. on screen.
This can't be something to be made, like, to be done automatically.
The failsafes are temporarily disabled.
Why is this on the outside?
Yeah.
Also?
It's
Heads up, Carter.
Star Trek, but like everything's designed retarded.
It wouldn't be Star Trek if it wasn't retarded.
Try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Like we're
I'm gonna shoot it with my gun.
thousands of years in the future. Whoop.
Oh.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's
Brought a phaser with you on the spacewalk. So what? Oh, I can't really see it. I think those are TNG phasers. You know, I like the TNG phasers because it's kind of silly how fucking stupid they look. How they're like
price guns.
Yeah, it's like
lady shavers.
Yeah, it's like a shaver.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Like that's so dumb. In the original, they were just guns.
Yeah, they were just guns.
They were just laser guns.
It's like, ooh, my Gillette phaser.
Yeah, but now it's like a laser pointer fucking James Bond shaver.
We're almost to the regulator.
It's really funny to me. Nope, it's just a spoon. Is this a phaser from Star Trek? Nope, just a spoon. Sneak it up on you. Oh god, you literally shot me. Oh, no, you don't want to do fancy footwork.
Yeah.
When you're wearing magnet
magnets.
boots, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, again, like, really, it's Star Trek and magnets are the technology we're using.
Yeah.
It's the shit we have now.
All the windows they have are made of transparent aluminum, which is hilarious.
It's made of cellophane.
Like glass on a spaceship? Like, it's not glass, it's transparent aluminum.
Don't worry.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
I'm still not comfortable with that.
Aluminum is weaker than glass.
Yeah, that... Oh shit, it's one of these.
Oh, it's one of those.
One of these
I hate
puzzles.
those.
Yeah, I can't stand these.
Can't stand Chris Deltarune.
I mean, the bestie.
Sans Undertale.
How you doing, you
friggin' animal?
Oh, there we go. I did it.
EPS lines to the
Praise
warp
me.
engine are back in balance.
Look at me, look at me.
Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak.
Oh,
I saw the hyphens.
Turbulence. Now what's happening? That's not our fault.
Maybe a science vessel shouldn't be out in a storm.
This would have happened no matter what. I want everyone to
This
acknowledge.
ship is cursed.
What the fuck is
What
this?
the fuck's
That's
happening?
the starbase's problem.
Yeah, what the hell is happening there?
Someone is getting fired on this starbase.
It ain't me.
Oh shit.
You might want to react instead of standing there like a fucking moron.
Yeah, space shrapnel is some of the worst shrapnel because it does not lose any momentum.
It doesn't give a shit about your family.
They do not have friction in space. That's one of the worst things about it.
All vibrations, too. I can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The
Oh,
clamps
no.
are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency.
Yeah, we got our fair share of problems.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts. For
That's
an
what being a
emergency
first officer is, saying what are our options.
Yeah.
That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
We'll tell them it's gonna happen.
They'll stand there staring like dumb fucks.
The remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We have crew outside and are looking for the
We have
safest way to...
people on this station. If that mooring arm breaks, we could lose dozens of crew.
Commander, hear me.
Oh.
Reverse the polarity of the hull.
Oh
Reverse
shit.
the polarity.
The docking clamps and repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
Oh, that's a problem too.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? This isn't your call to make. Blow the...
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
Oh, God.
Shit.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you disembark.
Jara, I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
But if we do that, it's just gonna kick them off the ship too.
And there are lives.
What is the holdup?
I don't know what to do. Do it.
We're going to blow the bolts. Starbase, stand by. We'll warn our crew to take cover.
Get it done, Rydek.
Rydek?
Riker.
Prepare.
I mean, honestly, that's the choice I would have gone with anyway. Reversing the polarity sounded really fucking dumb.
I love the polarity the way it is.
Get into the access panel. It's armored with duranium.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, there we go. That'll fix that. It won't just whack that into you.
That's still gonna push you off pretty.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like, the problem isn't necessarily the lacerations. If that hits you, you're gonna get fucking rocked backwards.
Yeah.
Blow the other docking clamp. Hurry!
I'm fucking doing it. Oh no. You fool.
You foolish fool.
Hold up your shield. Oh god.
Star Trek shield.
That was a lot of sound effects.
Yeah.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are
No subtitles.
primary
Yeah.
system failure.
Oh. Probably should have held on to that.
Just a little bit.
Come on. Well, we're all gonna die. You wanna help? Thank you, Jesus.
Where were you?
Oh, that's cute. Finally. Oh, that's all you had to do.
Ah.
Just throw the switch.
Drop the switchy.
Yeah, so reversing the polarity seemed like it was a bad but oh fuck!
Oh, there she goes. There she goes.
Oh, she is fucking dead.
Uh-oh.
No, dude.
No.
She was magnetized. She was magnetized, and that knocked her off, like, into the air.
Yeah.
She is so dead.
Into the spacer.
It has come to my attention that you are at risk of triggering a
Oh boy.
The way we came is the nearest
No
airlock.
subtitles either.
There's an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Ed
No
Solar
subtitles and the dialogue's cutting out.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Oh! Oh, okay. That's on purpose. Jesus Christ. At this point, just decouple, float away, and hope for the best. Oh, listen to that music. Oh, let's check a couple things. Was pleased when she followed his orders.
I'll bet.
Admired her instincts to protect the crew. Highly to explain the complexity of the situation. And she was disappointed when she followed orders and put the crew in the hole at risk. Respected inclination to protect the crew. To explain the complexity of the situation. Ultimately, he was dismayed. He was glad for something to protect the crew. He appreciated Jar's efforts to explain the complexity. Everyone liked that we explained.
Yeah. They like that part.
Yeah, they all like that I tried to explain it.
Yeah.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Why are the subtitles just not working?
What the fuck? What a weird thing to fuck up.
The dialogue's cutting out, and we don't got subtitles. I don't know what's going on.
The subtitles is like 2 documents, one that just has the text and one has the time codes, isn't it? How could that fuck up?
What? Let me save your neck this time.
No, you got wing-dinged pretty hard. You need to get inside.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Well, you gave up really easily.
Yeah, like you...
That was a courtesy offer.
Absolutely have a concussion, so you need to get inside. Oh! Oh, fuck!
Well, that's fine. Holy shit, that's fine as fuck.
How we doing?
We made it.
That subtitle was way before and kind of spoiled that.
Yeah.
They're safe.
I mean...
Bringing the Sif fully online.
Did they?
We haven't seen them yet.
You got some...
Only she talked.
You got some burn damage there.
Yeah. She has a concussion and he got a burned face.
That was a huge fuck up.
Yes.
Everyone is an idiot.
Yes. I can see why bad shit happened in the past.
The starbase is an idiot. The fucking crew didn't handle that well at all.
The captain did not do that well.
His priorities were very wrong.
Really?
She got wing-dinged in the face.
I'm good. Help me with him.
I'm very glad I didn't make her go second.
Let's get this off.
Oh, now you got a cool scar. So.
Medical.
Oh, that's
Got
neat.
1 wounded at my location.
You really should have called before.
Yeah,
they
right?
should have been on standby when this was all happening.
Oh, they got here fast.
Well, Jesus, they were just around the corner.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get
Look how close to your eye that scar is.
I don't have a witty retort. I'm in a lot of things.
Well, you can't see how close it is, obviously, but... Oh, we're gonna bump our heads. Oh my god.
That was a huge clusterfuck.
That was bad.
That was the definition of
The repair
foobar.
crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermont?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts, but we've successfully
There's
moved
no
the
ellipses.
station. The ship is secure. Our systems are coming back online, but we have a fair amount of repairs before we're ready to go.
Put a halt on the roll-off of Starbase engineering staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Are we gonna talk about that?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to talk about that.
Let's do a debrief.
Yes.
There's piss all over the place in here.
Oh, it's a couch kind of day, huh? Do we need to get the ship counselor in here?
Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to... But you followed my order.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
I did it because it was the right thing to do at the time. It's protocol for a reason.
That doesn't make this better, Jara.
Uh-oh. I should have kissed
Oh,
his
no.
ass.
That didn't damage the...
Yeah, it wasn't that.
You see my problem, don't you? They were all against me on that bridge. And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
I don't speak for anyone else, but you know I'm in your corner. You're my captain, and I'll stand behind you.
Well, it takes more than the two of us
You
to
could
run
do with
the
a little
ship.
bit less attitude, but... I mean, reversing
Space
the polarities just seemed like a bad idea.
Yeah.
The way they described it, it kind of sounded like they would just launch those two right off the fucking hull.
I don't advise this. The captain and the
yeah, just get it's happy hour somewhere.
You know, pilots aren't allowed to drink.
Thank you.
It's a side-by-side kind of drink, okay.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland.
That's all anyone can fucking talk
Yeah,
about.
I've heard.
All the adoration of the crew, including the senior staff. I just couldn't rely on him. He would question, undermine me in front of the crew.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I sometimes think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing is a way of lingering.
I'm not Sutherland. It's all in your head,
It's
old
all in
man.
your head, bitch.
Captain, perhaps you and the crew would be better served if you look at this mission as a fresh start.
You can never really leave the past behind.
If we don't, you can never move forward.
Now, this won't be easy, but I'm glad to have you here with me.
Glad to be here, Captain.
And
Now,
despite it all,
one of us is going to need to finish this bottle.
So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermont,
I'm already fucked up, so I guess it's down to you.
I was going to say we'll knock out the rest of this bottle. Yeah, slam it! Slam it!
Earn his respect by getting drunk on duty.
Fuck yeah! Chug, chug.
Oh my
chug,
god,
chug.
this is shitty.
Like, oh my god.
Oh god.
Ugh. It's
Oh
got
my-
all the kick with none of the alcohol.
That has pepper and salt in it and all kinds of shit. God.
That was a worm?
Ugh.
You just have tequila on your fucking shelf?
Oh, that was dirt. Okay. Alright. I'm going back to work.
Oh yeah, just put those right back on. That's fine. We didn't lose confidence in that at all.
Like space mutiny. Oh yeah, that'll take care of it. They go running with 2 fire extinguishers. Oh yeah, that'll take care of it.
Uh-oh. They're gonna rape her later.
Oh boy.
All
That's gonna be a
systems report
QTE.
full mission readiness.
We're gonna split the stream here.
Oh boy, more fun coming